ladies and gentlemen out there. I'm Dr. Maliha Saleh from the Office of the Dean of Students, the in charge Guidance and Counseling section at Technical University of Mombasa. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to Technical University of Mombasa. Thank you for choosing TUM to be your next destination as far as your academic journey is concerned. I would like to take you through the program as far as the Department of Guidance and Counseling is concerned, to give you an opportunity to get the right information as you start this very exciting journey, the campus experience. Your stay at Technical University of Mombasa would like it to be very smooth, and we would like you to enjoy yourself as you start this journey up to the end. I would like to hold your hand and make sure that you're able to come out of this institution a better person. And remember, you are here for a season and for a reason. Transition is definitely going to be easy if you make it easy for yourself. So you have to settle down very, very fast because life in campus has already started. So we have certain things that I wanted to put into perspective so that you do not get out there confused. You'll have lots and plenty of freedom. There's a lot of freedom, as into we do not have people who will be pushing you around all the time. Your parents left you here sometimes last week. Some of you are coming from far distant places, and your parents have done their best. They provided you with all that is required. Now it is your time to make sure that you use this freedom responsibly. You are now mature, you're young adults. The reason for you to coming all the way to Mombasa, or to TUM in particular, is for you to get an education. So use this freedom responsibly and make sure you hang around with the right people. Challenges that students your age experience at the university are issues of sex. With the freedom, with parents very far away, with caregivers not around, with this freedom, some students end up getting careless on issues of sex. So they end up engaging in sex. Some had never ever engaged in sex before, but then because of the freedom, they do not use this freedom responsibly. So the freedom to them is to do whatever they feel like, which is actually defeating the purpose of freedom of a young adult. So they engage in careless sex, and with careless sex comes consequences. We have students getting infected with HIV and AIDS. They've come to TUM to get a degree. They leave either without a degree or with a degree and a certificate to confirm that their HIV status is positive. So you have to be very, very careful. We have students who get impregnated. They go into relationships, and then they get pregnant. Some of them move to levels of abortion, and all these things bring mental distress later. Students going into alcohol and drug abuse. In fact, this is a very big challenge that we have. Kindly desist completely from engaging into getting into drugs or getting into alcohol. Freedom does not define that you are to go there and abuse alcohol and abuse drugs. Fine, your parents are far away from you. The teachers or the lecturers may not tell you much about these things, but kindly take charge and be in control, because we have seen students wasting away, and it usually starts with the first puff or the first sip, and then you go into alcohol and drugs, and it becomes very difficult for students to beat this habit. We've had to take enough students to mental hospitals, and some students had to drop from school. We have had to take some to rehabilitation centers. So kindly do not get into drugs, because drugs and alcohol, they have nothing positive to offer except distraction. Student, much as you're in campus, you're alone, kindly continue living as a student, because we've had incidents of students who want to live large. So they end up practicing prostitution. Some of them become mistresses, and it can actually drain you mentally. So kindly continue existing as a student. Do not rush into life, because all these things have consequences. So if you're unable to meet your financial obligations, the Office of the Dean of Students is here to provide the relevant information on how you can go about it, but do not put yourself into awkward situations, and then it becomes very difficult to come out of these situations, because if you involve yourself into any criminal act, then we'll definitely not allow it here in campus, and you'll be handed over to the police. So if you do drugs and we get you doing drugs, we'll take you to the police. When you came in last week with your parents, most of the students looked very decent in their dressing, but then I don't know who tells you that when you're in campus you have to walk around half naked. We're not interested in your nakedness, and neither are the people who lecture you in the lecture halls. We have the student handbook that provides, that's actually the constitution of the Students Act 2. So make sure you have a copy of the student handbook that can be downloaded from Google Play, so that you are able to know how you're expected to behave at the university. So issues of dressing, can you dress as a respectable person? Do not come to class as if you're going to a party. Friends, we've had students choosing wrong friends and ending up in trouble. Kindly be very, very careful of where you go, the people you interact with. We've had innocent students going out for parties and ending up being raped, because sometimes we trust people that we really don't know, and then they end up lessing our drinks, and we lose consciousness, and people can take advantage of you. So kindly be very, 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 very careful with the friends that you choose.
I want to share with you some highlights in respect of the security of Mombasa. In general, Mombasa is a safe city. However, there is no city without its own security challenges. Mombasa is one of those cities that has its own security challenges. So I want to share with you, as I've said, some few tips so that they can help you while you are pursuing your programs in Technical University of Mombasa. 1. In case of any security threats, please contact the nearest security officer who will assist you. If there is no security officer near you, you can call the Chief Security Officer on 0722 26 26 39 or 0733 21 5351. And if you are not far from Gate A, you can go to our report office, where you will get a security supervisor that will handle your security issue. Always ensure you keep an eye on your belongings while in. You want to go baharini for swimming, but if you are not a good swimmer, or if you don't know how to swim, or you've never swum baharini, please ensure you go with somebody who knows how to swim, especially kule baharini. And do not, under any circumstances, allow yourself to be taught how to swim by strangers. Ukienda baharini, they may harm you. Some of them are not good people. So be very, very, very careful. Always, you are in doubt, ensure you contact the Chief Security Officer. I have given my contact numbers. And if you also come across suspicious persons or activities, always trust your gut feeling and pick your phone, call the Chief Security Officer. We are always there to assist you. You can call me at any time. Thank you very much.
My name is Madam Caroline Over. I'm the head of accommodation in the main campus. In accommodation, we have a bed capacity of 1,107, where 696 are for male students and 411 beds are for the female students. But due to COVID, we reduced the capacity to 550. So out of this capacity, we normally give out 30% to the continuing students, then 70% is issued out to the new students. Our hostel fee is 6,750 per semester.
The sports and games officer in the university. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all to the university at the sea level, the only university at the sea level. Very many disciplines. And just to mention them, we have the well-established, or rather the old disciplines. That is, we have football, which has got very many followers, or rather players. We have basketball, we have netball, we have hockey, we have volleyball, we have handball, we have softball, which was introduced some way back 2017. We have here in the university, we have woodball as well, which we introduced sometimes back around 2 years ago. We also have the most recent one, which we are having, is cestoball. Cestoball was introduced in the country around 2 months ago. But even after having been introduced around a month ago, we were able, or rather we were honored by the Federation to host their first championship here. Engages the students in inter-university championship. What do I mean by this? I mean comrades playing against comrades. That is, students from one university playing students from other universities. We are very strict when it comes to university championship, in the sense that we make sure that you are really a bona fide student before we engage you in our championship. Now, when I say that we engage the students in the university championship, what I mean is that we have a well-structured organization which provides, or rather organizes, championships for the universities. And this organization is known as Kenya University Sports Association, KUSA. Now, we engage our students in KUSA championships, but at the same time, where a sports discipline is not engaged in the KUSA championship, we also engage them in other federation championships. So engaging yourself for recreational purpose, there is also the health aspect in sports. That is, as you engage yourself in sports, you remain physically fit. And this helps you even to improve on your concentration when you go to classwork. That's why we talk of sports as a co-curricular, not extracurricular. It's a co-curricular, that is, it is part of the training, professional training you're going through here. So sports builds a lot in you as a person. It builds your character, it builds your discipline, it builds many things in you. You will realize that you become a more fitting person in the society when you are coming, or rather when you engage yourself in sports, because you learn how to be time conscious, you learn how to manage your colleagues, you learn how to socialize with your colleagues. So you are an all-round built person if you engage yourself in sports. I would like to invite you officially to the university and give you a little bit of caution as you walk around. One of those cautions is that you have come to the sea level. You will find time to walk into the ocean. One thing is that the ocean is a little bit tricky. It's not like a river. It has got very high currents, and you should always take a lot of caution whenever you find your way to the ocean, or rather to the sea. You should make sure that you don't walk into the deep waters. You can easily be carried by the currents, and you find yourself drowning and also losing your life. So that is one thing we always try to caution you about, because the ocean has taken the lives of very many students, and the new students for that matter. So let's avoid going to the ocean, or rather getting inside the ocean. You can just go visiting the areas, scenery areas is not bad, but getting into the waters without proper guidance, that should totally be avoided. As I conclude, I want to give you the structure. How do you reach us? We are located at the Dean of Students office. There is a sports office. I would kindly encourage all of you to come and register for your specific sports discipline in the sports office. How do we run sports in this university? Sports is organized as per the sports disciplines which we have mentioned, and some which you can get to hear from your colleagues. And we are organized as per team captains. That is, there is a team captain and an assistant team captain in every sports team. So these are the people who work as a link between the sports office and the team. We work together, and even as a player, you are free to walk into our office, and we shall assist you in whichever way possible. So you are most welcome to the university. And finally, I want to say thank you for this time.